for joining us today for another episode of What's Your Why Wednesday. Today, I am joined by the amazing Deborah Robertson. She is the Regional Vice President at Plaza Home Mortgage. Well, DCR, you and I have known each other for a long time, but we really have become close with being part of the New Jersey MBA Women's Committee, which I thank you so much for being part of. But you know, most of us in this mortgage industry came into our industry by accident, but we stay in the industry because it's tied to our personal and professional why. So at this time, DCR, we would love to hear, what is your why?
Awesome. Laura, so delighted to be here with you today. And I have to say, really digging into this question was tougher than I thought it was going to be. So my why is focused on the mortgage industry. And I believe I was selected to be in the mortgage industry. And the reason I say that is I went to college to be a political science major, graduated from the University of New Hampshire, and I moved to California. And after waitressing and bartending, I decided to apply for a couple jobs. And it was with Transamerica Financial Services. And on my final interview, the woman said to me, "You have no experience, you have no credit, and you just moved here. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm going to hire you." And I was blown away. And I felt like I was given a great opportunity. And I thank Rose Murphy to this day for believing in me and giving me a chance. And based on that, I learned the industry, and you learn how personal this industry is. So this industry, we talk about home financing, but it's really personal. It's about the people. So I believe I was selected to be in this industry. Secondly, because it's 30 years later, Laura, and with all the ups and downs in the mortgage industry, I'm still here. So I started on the retail side. I'm on the wholesale side now. I believe I've had an enormous opportunity to help as many people as possible. And since I'm living in Queens now, and I'm a big Spider-Man fan, with great power comes great responsibility. And I want to be responsible with this gift I've been given.
Absolutely. And we're very thankful for, was it Rose? Was that her first name?
Rose Murphy, yes.
Rose Murphy. We are forever grateful to Rose Murphy for giving you that opportunity, because, you know, my next question is about impact. I mean, sometimes in the day-to-day, I mean, the day that we're recording this, it's refi day, right? So every month we go through this, oh my God, it's refi day, or it's the last day of the month, and we have this rush, and we're kind of every month over month, we're rushing towards something, right? But during all of that 30 years of rushing that both of you and I have been doing, we're making an impact. And sometimes we don't take a moment to stop and realize that impact that we make. So at this time, I would love to hear from you. And this is my favorite question of all. I'd love to hear a story, or you to share something with us where you finally realized, or a moment when it really hit you, of the monumental impact that you have had in this world by being part of the mortgage industry.
Well, thank you very much. And it happened earlier this year, and you were part of it, Laura. So this January, I received an email asking me to participate on a high heels in high places panel. And I was elated. I said, wow, this is a national event in January, and someone thinks I have something great to say. Wow. So I was super honored. And I got to be on stage with you, Laura, Linda McCoy, the National Association of Mortgage Brokers president. Kim Kirk was with us from Freedom Mortgage. And we had an opportunity to be on stage and really share our story, exchange ideas, and answer questions. And I had a wonderful time being on that panel. But I felt the impact later on that afternoon when I was in the exhibit hall. And a young woman came up to me in the industry, and she said, I introduced myself, and she said, "Oh, I met you earlier today. You spoke on the panel." I said, "Oh, yes, I did. Thank you. Were you at the session?" She said, "Yes." And she said, "I have pages of notes I wrote down from what you said." And I said, "What did you write down?" And so I was really taken aback that I had that impact on another individual. And then I was really excited. And I've connected with that individual, and we now exchange thoughts and ideas. And it's nice to have another friend in the industry to share anything that I've experienced. I'd love to provide that experience to anyone else. So that was really wonderful. And then on the home mortgage front, on the wholesale side, we help a lot of people. and we have many business partners, and we don't always get to hear directly from the consumer. However, this year, I actually got an email from a business partner. He forwarded an email to me from the borrower, and the borrower had asked that this message get to me. And if you don't mind, I'd just like to read a couple of lines. It said, life has been really hard. I cannot express what this means to me, what it means to my family. I literally am crying because I didn't think it would happen. May you be blessed for your kindness. Thank you for making me a first-time homeowner. And I got that, and the letter went on to wish me a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I saved that email because that is why we do what we do. And we take the time to read consumers' explanation letters and find solutions that will benefit them and their family. And I feel that the experience that we've had gives us lots of solutions to challenges that we face. And that was really impactful for me. So thank you for letting me share that.
Wow, I love that. And literally, I could feel it. You know, I could feel that coming off of that page, and for you to share that with us, because you're right. That is the difference on the wholesale side. Sometimes we don't have that direct connection, and it may seem like we're not making a difference, but we are. And that's the whole thing that's so fascinating about our industry, is it doesn't matter what role you play. It doesn't matter if you're the owner of the company or you're really important job of the person answering the phone, because that's a really important job.
Yes.
So no matter where you are, post-closing, underwriting, on the sales team, on the ops team, it doesn't matter. Secondary. I mean, there's so IT, you know, technology. There's so many things that are intertwined, and we need all of those things to make it happen for those families we serve.
I agree.
Everyone is so important, and we are making a difference in the world every single day. And especially, I mean, now here we are recording, June is National Home Ownership Month.
Yes.
I mean, this is a perfect time of us to really realize that the difference of turning that person turned into a homeowner, you know, that's incredible. Wow. I love that. All right, so now we're going to wrap it up, DCR. We love hearing from you. And we've taken in the why. We've heard the impact. And now, of course, our natural progression is leaving our legacy. What are we leaving behind? What advice are we giving to new people coming into the industry? So I'd love to hear a little bit of your insights on that.
Sure. So advice to individuals who are coming into the industry today is to take the time to learn the business, all parts of the business. And you kind of highlighted that every part of the industry is important. So don't overlook your role, but really take the time to learn your role and be the best at it, because this industry will take you wherever you want to go. My story started in California, but I ended up back home in New York, and I'm forever grateful for the opportunities that this industry creates. And in regards to my legacy, I want to help be part of training and educating and leaving behind the next wave of mortgage leaders. So I'm committed to sharing my knowledge, sharing my experience, volunteering, and helping as many people as possible, because we get to do so many great things, and we're not going to be here forever. So as many people as I can touch, that's my goal.
That is right. And that whole passing of the baton is a beautiful thing, because just like Rose gave you that chance that many years ago, and she passed the baton to you, you know, not literally at that moment, but she was like, okay, you're in the race, you know, here it is, you know, you're in the race now, go. And that really is so special that we, as the mortgage veterans, the people that have been doing this for a long time, it's our obligation. It really is. I look at that as a gift. That's our gift that we get to pass along, and not in a, not in a, hey, this is a difficult industry. Actually, the opposite. This is an absolute blessing to all of us. And it certainly has provided for our families all these years, and we're thankful. And now to be able to educate and inspire and lift up and grow and nurture and all those things to that next generation of leaders, it really is very special for all of us. And DCR, we thank you for being one of those leaders and for sharing your knowledge and everything you do, because you know, if you can leave pieces of yourself, you know, little pieces of DCR all over the place to replicate, that is a wonderful thing.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, DCR. We appreciate you taking the time, and stay tuned next week for another episode of What's Your Why Wednesday. Take care, everyone.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Laura.